Today's story: Ants and the Grasshopper. Once upon a time, in a peaceful meadow bathed in warm sunlight, there lived a diligent community of ants. They were hard-working creatures, always busy collecting food and preparing for the upcoming winter. Meanwhile, a carefree grasshopper named Freddy spent his days singing and enjoying the pleasures of summer. As the days grew shorter, the ants toiled tirelessly, storing grains and seeds in their underground chambers. They knew that winter would soon arrive, bringing with it cold winds and a scarcity of food. The grasshopper, however, paid no heed to their preparations. Instead, he continued to frolic in the meadow, oblivious to the changing seasons. One day, as Freddy sang merrily, he noticed a line of ants marching past him, each carrying a heavy load of food. Intrigued, he called out to them, "Hello, my little friends! Why are you working so hard when there's plenty of food around?" One of the ants, named Alex, paused and replied, "Winter is approaching, dear grasshopper. We are gathering food to sustain ourselves during the cold months when there will be no nourishment to be found." Freddy chuckled and said, "Winter? Oh, I never worry about such things. I prefer to live in the present and enjoy each moment. Why don't you join me? Sing and dance, for the winter will be far away." The ants exchanged worried glances but continued their arduous labor. They understood the importance of being prepared for the harsh times ahead. Days turned into weeks, and the once lush meadow began to wither as autumn arrived. The sky turned gray, and the air grew colder with each passing day. The ants had gathered enough food to sustain them throughout the winter, and they retreated to their cozy underground chambers. Meanwhile, the grasshopper found himself in a challenging predicament. The meadow, once filled with an abundance of food, was now barren and covered in a blanket of snow. With hunger gnawing at his stomach, Freddy realized the mistake he had made. Shivering in the cold, the grasshopper made his way to the ants' dwelling and humbly knocked on their door. Alex, the ant who had spoken to him before, opened the door and was surprised to see the grasshopper in such a pitiful state. "Please," Freddy pleaded. "I was foolish and didn't prepare for the winter. I have no food, and the harsh weather has left me starving. Is there any way you could spare some nourishment?" The ants, with their hearts filled with empathy, invited the grasshopper inside. They shared their food stores with him, ensuring he didn't go hungry. As the winter days passed, the grasshopper learned the value of hard work and foresight. He admired the ants' unwavering dedication and their ability to prepare for the future. When spring arrived, bringing warmth and fresh vegetation, Freddy bid farewell to his newfound friends, the ants. He vowed to change his ways and began collecting food diligently, just as the ants did. From then on, he lived a life of balance, knowing that while it was essential to enjoy the present, it was equally important to prepare for the future. And so, the ants and the grasshopper taught each other valuable lessons. The ants taught the grasshopper the significance of planning and hard work, while the grasshopper reminded the ants of the joy that can be found in living in the present. Together, they thrived, cherishing both the moments of leisure and the importance of preparedness in the face of uncertainty.